What's up guys, KalipezTech here, coming back at you with another video. Today, we're going to be seeing how well Instagram works on the Motorola MotoGPlay. Instagram is one of the most popular social media apps in the game, and if you're planning on using social media a lot on your phone, chances are you're going to be using this app at least a little. So I'm going to be doing a demonstration to show you how well it works on this phone. So let's get started. So I'm pulling up Instagram right now and it loaded right up, absolutely no problem. Some of the other more entry-level phones out there take a second to actually pull up the app, but this one pulled it up without even hesitating. Now before we go any further, don't forget to follow me at KalipezTech. I actually just started this Instagram for this page. I will be posting content regularly on here, so definitely stay tuned. So we're scrolling through the feed and it is really smooth. There's no lag or anything like that. It definitely works really well so far. Switching screens on this phone is really easy. Again, there's no lag here. Some of the lower end phones do take a little bit to load, but this one switches everything completely fine. I'm in the Explore section right now, just scrolling through everything. Things are loading really fast. This phone does get 3 GB of RAM and has a pretty powerful processor for an entry-level phone, so it's not surprising that it works a little bit better than some of the other entry-level phones out there. I'm gonna hit the plus right here where you would go to post a photo, and it went right to it. There was no lag. In some of the phones I've tested, there is a little bit of lag, but this one actually pulled it up completely fine. Instagram does have a lot of animation, so when you're switching screens, some of the lower end phones do lag a little bit and have a tough time dealing with all that animation, but this one was actually really good. I didn't see any of that with this phone. Now we're gonna check out some stories. Gary V's content is awesome. I definitely recommend giving him a follow. Again, with the animation and everything, I don't see very much trouble here. Everything is moving along really smoothly. I'm gonna go where you would go to post a story. All right, now for the real test, I'm gonna see what happens when I scroll through all these different filters. So here's where we see our first little bit of trouble. There's a lot of animation in this filter, and as you can see here, it's starting to get a little bit slow. Switching through filters is a little bit harder too than you might expect. What is this? So as you can see here, there's a lot of animation, and this phone is actually handling it really well. Again, another filter that completely changes the entire screen. Lots of complicated graphics here, and I don't really see any problems with it. It's a little bit slow, but for an entry-level phone that's under $200, this is performing a lot better than I would expect. The only difficulty I see in these filters are some of the ones that have more movement, and when you're changing through the filters, it does freeze up just a tiny bit. So I'm gonna switch through them real fast just to show you. There we go. So just every few times you change a filter, it freezes and lags just a little bit. As far as graphics go, this phone can handle that stuff pretty well. But when it comes to movement, that's where I'm really seeing the trouble. Just when there's a lot of stuff on the screen moving that's computer generated, that's where it really picks up that trouble. And if you're into gaming or anything like that, if you plan on playing games on your phone, then definitely keep this in mind as well, because this is just a simple Instagram filter. You can probably imagine it's gonna be a lot worse when you're talking about a game where the entire ecosystem of the app is just based on movements and animation. So in conclusion, is this phone good for Instagram? I would say for 99% of anything you would do on this app, this phone is really good for Instagram. You can scroll through the feed, watch videos, post content, pretty much anything you would ever want to do with this app. There were really no issues here. The only thing that got a little bit hard to do was anything with those filters, especially the ones with lots of movement on the screen. Switching through screens and everything was completely fine, which is better than a lot of the other phones in this price range I've tested with this app. But again, once you get to those more complicated filters, With lots of complex graphics and movement on the screen, it does get to be a little bit much for the processor to handle. So as long as you're not doing too much of that, then this phone's gonna be completely fine to use with Instagram. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.